So, shout out to World Star for posting this story. And it's really sad because what I want to first off is say condolences. I'm sending my condolences to this young lady's family because what we have here again is another loss of life to the hands of an ex lover. So, this is what they posted. Fitness influencer Gloria Zamora and her date shot unalived by estranged husband days after she said on a podcast she was leaving him. Now, I know I just did this other story and everybody in the world just saw this other story about this young lady and her husband. They were getting ready to get a divorce because they just wasn't seeing eye to eye. And so they went on Facebook Live and started blasting all of their dirty laundry out on the whole world wide web, right? And it didn't do nothing but make things worse. Emotions ran high, and then it just went left from there. And the young lady, she ended up being unalived by him because she said some things that he didn't want her to say. And I guess he felt like he couldn't live with what he did, and he, did it to himself. So tragedy on both ends is really sad. But what I wanted to point out about this is that what I'm seeing is excuses for men to not be able to accept the things that women have been accepting all of these years. And what I mean by excuses is, if you take a look at some of the comments that's up under this post, I'm just going to point a few out. So this young man said, these women are going to learn to shut the F up and stop blasting their personal business all over the internet and embarrassing these crazy men. The world did not need to know that, and it was not necessary to put that man's business out there like that. Y'all got to understand that people can be pushed over the edge. Never in history of the world have women been safe from men. That is the nature of existence. Stop playing with it. Okay, that was one. Now here's another one. Ryan Meadows says, I am not justifying his actions, but if you were not legally separated, have had that much history, 11 kids, whether all his or not, go on a podcast to break up with your husband, which then became public knowledge and essentially public embarrassment. The mental health state of that man was probably broken when he seen that she was on a date with another man. If history serves correct, the probably a rebound waiting or someone she was already dating while married. So she should not have been out there that soon with another, especially without making sure the divorce went through the proper stages. You can't play with people's emotions like that. Tragic that 3 people lost their lives, but marriage is sacred. And I believe it was said, the end of it said, till death do them apart for some still. Y'all, it's like the excuses are out of this world. Because if I can remember, women have been taking so much stuff from men that it's ridiculous. And we do not go out here and blast their heads off or do anything to harm them, and just want to wipe them of existence just because they've done all of these things to us. Why is that? Why is that? Why are all of these men acting so weak? Now, this lady here was, I kind of feel I was agreeing with her. So she says she was a mom to 7. He added 4 stepkids to that. No, not all of her children were his. They had been separated for months and divorce papers had been filed weeks before she went on her podcast. But he knew it was over. He just couldn't handle rejection, plain and simple. I'm sorry. That just is what it is. It seems like it to me. So another young lady comes on there and she says the 4 kids they are referring to, I read, belonged to the other guy, Hector, she was dating, not the ex-husband. Her 7, his 4 made 11. Okay, then there's another one that comes on and says, when it comes to marriage, it's not about rejection until you are faced with it. Stand down. Wait, are you married? I don't even know what she commented for. Okay, y'all. So then Erin Sweeney comes on and she says, Ryan Meadows, I agree. Airing that personal information on social media platform for the world to know is humiliating and hurtful. Did she not consider the pain that would be inflicted not only for him, but for the children? Divorce is a very private matter and devastating for many. If she did decide to date another man, move silently. It's unfortunate, but could have possibly been prevented. Men been humiliating women a lot. A lot. Do we go out and do that? Okay. But let me read this last one, y'all. Adam Blancas. And this is from a man, so take this for what it is, you guys. Ryan Meadows, none of that matters. If his mental health is an issue, he needs to check himself into a hospital or get his mind right. He was weak. That's the end of the story. Tragic that 2 people lost their life. The guy who killed both of them, good riddance. He's dirt. Ouch. Now, not so much about the guy that killed him. You know, I mean, a loss is a loss. And I feel sorry for everybody's families. So that was a little harsh. But the first part of his comment, I definitely agree. And it just is what it is. Because women have had to be strong for so long. It's like, what are we being strong for? Because men can just go out here and be weak. Why can't we be weak? Is it time for us to be weak like these men? And start doing things like these men are doing? Is it time for that, ladies? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and the notification bell on your way out so that you'll be notified the very next time I drop another one. All right, guys, I'm out. Bye, Gems.
And only these people do not faze me, enjoying every